Surgery should not be exploratory. When it comes to complex endometriosis, surgery should never begin with uncertainty. If we are trying to figure out what's there only after entering the abdomen, that already means that the planning phase was incomplete. Advanced endometriosis is not a surface disease. It can distort anatomy, tether organs together, compress the ureter, narrow the bowel, and even involve pelvic nerves. Once structures are displaced or embedded in fibrosis, millimeters begin to matter. That is why precision imaging is not just helpful, it is central to safe surgical care. I'm Dr. Abhishek Mangeshikar, and I focus on advanced robotic excision surgery for deep and complex endometriosis. Today, I want to walk you through how modern imaging, when done properly, changes surgical planning completely, and why it often determines whether the first surgery is definitive or not. Many patients arrive having had multiple ultrasounds or even MRIs reported as normal or showing only small cysts. The problem is not always the machine, it's what the scan was designed to evaluate. Standard pelvic ultrasounds primarily assess the uterus and ovaries. They are not structured to systematically evaluate the posterior compartment, the parametrium, or deep retroperitoneal spaces. Similarly, a routine MRI ordered for general pelvic pain may not include sequences tailored to detect fibrosis, tethering, or subtle distortion in deep compartments. Endometriosis changes relationships between organs. It pulls, fixes, narrows, and infiltrates. If imaging is not specifically looking for these patterns, the disease can be underestimated. That is why protocol matters as much as technology. In experienced hands, transvaginal ultrasound becomes a functional assessment rather than just a static study. The examination is dynamic. Gentle pressure is applied, mobility is tested, and the relationship between organs is observed in real time. One example is the sliding sign. If the rectum and the uterus move freely against each other, that suggests normal mobility. If they appear fixed, that indicates adhesions or deep disease. This single observation can dramatically alter surgical anticipation. An advanced ultrasound can also identify rectosigmoid nodules, ovarian immobility, early bowel wall thickening, and subtle parametrial changes. In specialized centers, detection rates for significant rectal disease are remarkably high, but that accuracy depends heavily on the expertise of the examiner. The takeaway is simple. Ultrasound is not basic when performed with intent and experience. MRI adds a different layer of clarity. When performed using a dedicated endometriosis protocol, it can highlight fibrosis, hemorrhagic content, and deep tissue distortion with far greater precision than routine scans. We often use vaginal gel to better define the vaginal fornices and lateral pelvic spaces. In patients with a retroverted uterus, where the uterus tilts backwards, visualization can be more challenging, and these techniques improve clarity. Careful interpretation by a radiologist experienced in deep endometriosis disease makes an enormous difference. MRI helps us measure bowel nodules accurately, evaluate depth of invasion, assess ureter displacement, and detect hydronephrosis, which indicates backflow pressure on the kidney. It allows us to anticipate whether ureterolysis may be required and whether bowel shaving, disc excision, or segmental resection is likely. However, MRI shows structural anatomy. It does not show microscopic nerve irritation. Imaging forms judgment, but it does not replace clinical reasoning. When patients describe burning pain, electric sensations, or cyclical sciatica, we consider possible nerve involvement. This is where specialized imaging becomes particularly valuable. Large nerves, such as the sciatic nerve, the pudendal nerve, and the obturator nerve, can be visualized on MR neurography, which uses specialized sequences to enhance nerve definition. These studies are not routine and are performed selectively when symptoms suggest nerve entrapment. Smaller branches may not be directly visible, but if a fibrotic nodule lies along a nerve pathway and the symptom pattern correlates, we anticipate possible involvement, even if the nerve itself is not clearly outlined. This integration of symptom mapping with imaging findings is critical in neuropelviology. It allows us to plan decompression or nerve-sparing dissection with far greater confidence. Endometriosis surgery is planned by compartments. We assess whether disease involves the anterior compartment near the bladder, the middle compartment involving the uterus and the parametrium, or the posterior compartment affecting the rectum and sacral structures. Imaging clarifies whether the rectum is tethered to the posterior uterus, whether the ureter is encased in fibrosis, whether lateral parametrial invasion is present, and whether sacral nerve roots are at risk. These details determine far more than the length of surgery. They influence team composition, whether ureteric stents are placed, whether bowel surgeons are involved, whether or not the robotic platform is preferred. With comprehensive mapping, surgery becomes deliberate. Without it, surgery becomes reactive. When anatomical distortion is understood before entering the operating room, several things improve simultaneously. Complication rates decline. Operative surprises decrease. Counseling becomes accurate. Fertility planning becomes strategic rather than speculative. In revision cases, imaging becomes even more critical. Scar tissue from prior surgeries can obscure pelvic planes and mimic disease. A high-quality MRI helps differentiate structural distortion from active nodules, allowing a much more disciplined surgical approach. In my practice, many patients present after previous incomplete surgeries. Often the issue was not the complexity of the disease, it was the absence of full mapping beforehand. The goal of imaging is not just diagnosis, it's surgical architecture. The first incision begins with a scan. Complex endometriosis demands structured preparation. Advanced ultrasound, dedicated MRI protocols, and selective nerve mapping transform how we approach deep disease. This reduces uncertainty and elevates surgical safety. Surgery should not be an exploration of the unknown. It should be the execution of a well-defined plan. If this helped you understand why precision imaging matters in advanced endometriosis, share it with someone who may be preparing for surgery. And if you value clear, structured discussions about complex endometriosis care, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so we can continue raising the standard of conversation in this field.